This is DMBC News, the heart of Darfur. This is the weekend report. Today we are going to cover the situation of Darfur's Western Region, where hundreds of people are dead and hundreds others injured. The situation, as we report every day, the government of Sudan has never stopped killing the innocent people of Darfur. And every day and every second, people lose their lives. And this situation is escalating because what we have witnessed recently, it's unbelievably one of the most terrifying and horrific and heinous crimes committed by the government of Sudan. The situation in the internally displaced people's camp in Kerning and in Jebel Noon and in Jinena and all other parts of Darfur's Western Region, it's human catastrophe, and the international community has nothing to do apart from condemning, which the words cannot fix the problem. And this problem needs concrete steps. The concrete step is to prevent the criminals from committing crimes. In December 8th, 2021, this was one of the most horrifying events where you could see hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced. Then they have been attacked. Their villages were burned. They are moving in every corner seeking for protection. And this situation, it is happening and repeats itself, the same scenario. So Darfur conflict resurfaces every day. But unfortunately, because the world is so quiet, it is a very forgotten conflict. The people have forgotten what is happening in Darfur, what happened in 2003 up to today. This is a real genocide. It's taking place against the innocent people. Darfur is a land where the impunity, killing of innocent civilians, murder, and every day this is what is happening, but no one in the world pays attention. Darfur, the forgotten conflict, where the so-called Janjaweed, or the government of Sudan's militias, kill everyone every second of the day. Like any other days in December 8, 2021, the modified wing of Janjaweed militias have attacked Darfur's Western Region, where killed hundreds of people and wounded hundreds others, and thousands of people flee for their lives, as you're seeing in this situation. The government militias burned the villages and looted the properties of the people of Darfur. According to the message received by the DMBC from the people of Darfur, and I quote, "We call on all the people of Darfur to stand together, arm themselves, and defend their territory. This situation will never end if all parties of Darfur don't join hands to fight back against these brutal Arab terrorist militias and their government in Sudan. Darfur has to stand united and fight with all means. Darfur must react, and any peace with the government of Sudan should be terminated, because This government is illegal in the first place. There is no legitimacy from the people of Sudan. The government is the coup government and is fighting the people in all corners of Sudan, and in Darfur in particular. There is what they call the Arab policy to wipe out the people of Darfur. Thus, Darfur must stand strongly, must not listen to what international community just says without taking any action against the government of Sudan. In a state, the international community has lifted sanctions that were imposed against the government of Sudan's atrocities that are committed in Darfur. Darfur must not stop. It has to uprise to defend itself. It has to disregard any negotiations until the bloodshed of its own citizens is stopped. Darfur must ensure that the terrorist militias and the Sudan government are neutralized, defeated, and chased away from Darfur. This is an act of Arab terrorism from that rocked the African continent. The terrorism from Somalia to Nigeria, from Mozambique to Darfur. Africa must stand up to fight against Arab terrorism. Because this is a situation where Arabs want to take over Africa by killing the innocent civilians, where the other African people may not understand the conflict. What is exactly the source of the conflict? The real reason is not the conflict that they call the tribal clashes, or this situation that they call this the cowboys and the farmers. This is not the conflict. The conflict is recolonization of Africa. That is the Arab mentality. That is the Arab policy. That is how the Arab want to wipe out the African people. And they want to start from Darfur, Somalia, Eritrea, now in Ethiopia. And they want to go ahead. This is a situation where the people of Darfur have to understand well. Since they understand the culture of Arabs, they must stop that Arabization of Africa. And that is the reason why the Arabs are pushing so hard to kill those innocent people. What happened recently in all these areas in Western Darfur, and whatever happens since 2000 and even in 1980s, it is fabricated in 1973 by the Arab leaders who want to take over Darfur, Sudan in general, then take over Chad. They continue the same way by spreading their Islam, but in reality is not Islam. By spreading their Islam, but in reality is not Islam. They are spreading Arabization and occupation of the African land. Africa must stand against Arab brutality. Stay tuned for more to come. Thank you for watching Darfur Television from the heart of Darfur.